Let me call the February meeting of the Anderson County Board of Education to order. If you would stand, our pledge tonight's going to be led by Don Bell.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good to have a full board here tonight. We hadn't done that in a while, so good to see everybody. Good looking crowd. Can't beat that. We did not have anybody registered to be heard tonight, so we will move on to the approval of the agenda.
So moved. Second.
Motion is second to approve the agenda as written. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. That's done. The consent agenda has the minutes from last meeting, the human services report, student services report, field trips, CMS softball schedule. Well, let me finish. And the preschool resolution, that's the resolution for us accepting the donation of the preschool building.
Would you please, wait till you get your motion and then we'll discuss
Oh,
it.
okay. So that's what that is. Anything to be removed from the consent agenda for discussion?
I'd like for Tim to explain. I just talked to Ann Ford about it. This is something we have been waiting for 20 years for.
Yes, we have. So you want to go ahead?
Yes, I will.
We'll see that.
So what this is, as you know, when the Anderson County preschool building was built, it was a lease, and they paid rent on it, and they've been paying rent on it for the last 20 years. And so in the agreement, which was a handshake agreement, which it was kind of touch and go every now and then to if that was actually going to come through. But they did is the last payment was paid on that in December. And so what we've had to do is we've had to get it appraised, and we've had to do a resolution that we can accept that donation. And so this resolution is just allowing me and Chairman Gillenwaters to to sign the paperwork. So it will be, it's a $3.1 million building that they've donated to us. So that's pretty good. And when it was built, it was about $1 million.
Yeah, I
Who
started.
done it?
Yep.
Kaplan.
Is this the building they're in now?
It's the building they're in now, right beside of the health department.
We had a meeting up there.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
That
All right,
preschool building
so that's the
come down.
consent agenda, nothing to be removed from that.
Not there before you get
Is there a
in.
motion to approve?
I'll
Flashing light.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Before you get down.
Second.
Motion is second to
You're coming
approve the
Lake City
consent
Beyond Light.
agenda.
He's bricked up.
Yes.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Done. There was no executive approval. Couple of comments from me. Just a reminder to the board members, we are doing Dr. Parrott's evaluation at our retreat. So you have that in your packet in front of you. So if you'll complete that and bring it to the retreat,
And 3 is the best, 1 is the worst.
make sure you do.
I'll reverse those.
Yeah.
Don't reverse that.
Or
now,
I'm
Lisa.
gonna
You should also have received an email about our board self-evaluation, which I think I've already messed that one up, but anyway, pay attention. So we'll be.
And that's due
Friday.
9th?
It's due tomorrow, yeah.
Tomorrow,
Due
yeah.
tomorrow. It needs to finish
I did
filling that out
mine.
tomorrow, so.
Yeah, I did mine, yeah.
Okay, so that's our
I got an
self-evaluation
email
here.
today about it.
Dale did it backwards one year.
No, they should be a packet, they should be a packet there.
All right.
That's it.
Oh, I see it, it's on the bottom, yeah.
I'll be attending the Legislative and Legal Institute next week in Franklin. I think I'm the only one going, only because it coincides with the TSBA board meeting, so.
Great.
If you didn't complete your conflict of interest form by January 31st, you're late, so make sure you get that filled out. So, and the last thing I want to do a shout out to Mr. Sam Myers, who is our TV guy back there, and nobody ever sees him. He sits back there in the room and he makes us all look good and sound good. So, big shout out to Sam tonight for all the hard work he does.
Could anybody tell us what channel we're on now?
1083.
1083.
What, 10?
1083.
I know we're not on 95.
No.
They sure did move us up, Heidi.
Yeah.
I'm glad they told us.
Yeah, that's it.
12 is 1086.
We could announce that, but if you don't know, you wouldn't be
On
watching
the TV.
this. All right. That is all I have. The Above and Beyond Awards were celebrated through the schools. It's principal appreciation. So we are grateful we did that, and there are no perfect attendance awards in January. So we'll move on to our comments from our student members. Y'all flip a coin. The A team, rock, paper, scissors. I wish y'all would have some fun and enjoy yourself a little bit.
I'm so seriously.
That's great.
Good evening, everybody. We're thankful to be back in school after our really long break. I know that's weird to say, but it is a nice routine for all of us. So far, our sports at AC are doing pretty exceptional. Our basketball team won the district, and our guys wrestling team got 5th place at the state for the duals championship. And our swim team is headed to state for swim. It's really exciting. Beyond that, our spring sports are starting up, and as a school, we are looking forward to our winter formal this Saturday. All the girls get to look pretty, and all the guys just get to tag along.
Do the best.
That's pretty much it. Thank you, board.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, board.
Hello.
And everyone else. So, here at Clinton High School, we just received a $10,000 donation for Education Foundation's Helping Hands grant program for TCAT seniors, so that's awesome. Just tonight, actually, I just got from my Tennessee Achieves meeting where we learned all about the different scholarships, and they provided Buddy's Barbecue for us through the Gear Up grant, so that was awesome. We also got to meet a lot of awesome mentors that have volunteered in our community to work with us as students. My mentor was KK Meredith, so that was nice to have somebody, who's been through it with her kids and knows how to guide us as students. And then additionally, sophomores and juniors are working on their dual enrollment grants for free college credits next year. So we're getting started on that, so they'll be able to finish strong next year.
I have a question
Thank y'all.
for either one of you. How are y'all doing with the FAFSA? Is it delayed or got problems with that this year?
It is slow. Yes, it opened January 1st instead of October like it usually does. So all of our stuff has been backed up because all the current college students are backed up. And we won't get our financial aid information until about March.
Yeah, because they miscalculated it without accounting for inflation, so they're having to recalculate everybody's FAFSA. So.
Wow.
All right, thank y'all. Director's report, Dr. Barrett?
Yeah, and just a few things to go over, I'll highlight. As you know, we're still, the governor had his State of the State address on Monday night where he outlined his appropriating $144 million for vouchers for next year. And as you know, all of the government bodies in Anderson County, Oak Ridge, City of Clinton, and Anderson County have opposed vouchers, and we have sent those concerns to our legislators and told them how we oppose vouchers and why we do that. I did an interview on Tuesday, I did an interview today, I did an interview yesterday with the local news people about why we are opposed to using public money for private schools. And if you want any more information on that. Just a couple of good things. State accountability. I know that sometimes you can say it's still embargoed, and it is, but if you look on the State Board of Education website and you look at their agenda, you will see that Andersonville, Claxton, Grand Oaks, and Clinton High School have been named reward schools for next year. And that's pretty amazing. And the other thing is we are going to be a district designated as advancing this year. We were 0.3 of a point away from being an exemplary school district.
Wow.
And so hats off to everybody in here. And I know Andrew is kind of saying, oh, we shouldn't be saying that, but it's still on the state website, so if I get in trouble, they'll just get me, I know. But there was no districts. There's only about 8 districts. If you look on, again, on the State Board website on their agenda, there's about 8 or 10 exemplary districts, and all of those are city schools or special school districts, so they're really small, and they're in, in that suburban area. So to have these reward schools, they've done an amazing job. Student enrollment, we still got 381 in kindergarten. We have 47 early grads so far this year. We have, our enrollment is at 5918. It's up 12 students from last month. I think they all came to Claxton and Norwood Elementary School in the last week. I think they come, yeah, I'll just let that go. I won't say where they came
Are these
from. but-
students that have been homeschooled and decided?
No, these students that we got have never been in the US of A.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my.
Yep.
And they're 12
12 of them,
and they
yes.
speak English?
No.
Oh, wow. But we have someone to help them.
We have someone in our schools that will help them, yes, and we will make sure they're successful. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Bless their heart.
Just a reminder, Teacher of the Year banquet is next week, 11:45, First Baptist Church here in Clinton at the Family Life Center. The Education Foundation is putting that on. I know Sailors Realty has a table, and so does the Anderson County Schools has a table, so please come.
Dr. Parent, if anybody here wants to sit at the Sellers Realty table, I need to know tonight because they need a head count
Okay.
for food. Thank you.
All right. Good deal. Just a few things about the budget, and we'll go over budget. As I said I said from January meeting, it's been the snowgeddon or whatever they call it. We did not get our property tax, and the same thing happened across the street. We were about 4 million short. Well, now we're still a little bit short. We're about 621,000 short, but I think that'll come in. Local sales tax is up $100,000 from last year. Overall, we're down about 3%, but we always do that right here at tax season, so I think we'll catch up. Lawsuits, there's no updates. As you know, we only have the one right now, and that's from that individual and the parent from Clinch River Community School. That's the only one that I am aware of at this point. Just a few things on the building projects. Claxton, we're still waiting on that traffic study. The contract with MBI is in county purchasing agenda for this week. We're excited about that, to get that signed and move forward. Talked with the finance people today, and they're going to work with our finance people to get a resolution to you all next month, making sure we're on with USDA. That USDA is a long process, but it will save us quite a bit of money to go through USDA. And so we're Scott Gibson is working with us on that, and he does a great job. Softball field, I met with the parents last Monday, went over where we were at on the construction. As you could, if you went by, you could see GCE is working on the building. Concrete was scheduled for tomorrow, but I think they're going to have to hold on out. They were hoping the rain would start about dinner time, but I think it's going to start tonight. Sprinklers have been moved. Clay's working on the building permit for the concession stand. It should either go out tomorrow or Monday, and that will be a 45-day turnaround is what we're hoping with that one. American Sports Field, they're kind of waiting on everything till we get the concrete done, then the fence can finish and things like that. But they say they've got 3 days' work, so that shouldn't be hard to do at all time. So still got waiting on Wadescapes is going to give us an update on the grass and see where we're at on that. CTE welding building, after a lot of really just things that had to fall in place, like when we didn't realize sometimes when land's bought, it was bought through the county, sometimes it was bought through the Board of Education. Some things, it said Anderson County Schools on it. So we had a piece of property there that had 3 different names on it. So before they would let us put all these things together, we had to get all those put under one name. And then we also, the city of Clinton now deeded us the Dragon Drive that goes through there. So that was, even though we've had control of it for 20 years, they finally did that and deeded it to us. Same way at Anderson County High School, I think Scott just signed the deed. We had 3 different parcels there because the vocational school, when it was bought, it was state owned, and then they gave it to the Board of Education. They gave it to the Board of Education, but when Anderson County Schools, part of it was bought through Anderson County government. So it's trying to get all the deeds fixed. So that's what we've been trying to do. Life Development, we still are waiting on them to sign the agreement and get it back to us. I don't know where that is. GEC project, the upgrades on the wastewater treatment plant in Dutch Valley and Bryceville, and enhancement on safety, all that will go. That contract will be in purchasing next week also. It's about a $1.8 million contract. And we've got the biggest part of that, we will have to pull some out of our 177 account, but the biggest part of that is going to be through the last of our ESSER funds and our safety grant we got from the state. I think Craig, you see, it was that safety grant was about almost $300,000 we got. So, that's all I have.
All right.
Let me ask a question.
Yes,
About the vouchers.
yes.
Either I don't understand them, or the public don't understand. But we lose money if we lose kids.
Yes.
How much?
We lose it kind of double because we not only use local money, we lose state money and we use federal money. So because the way we have 3 school systems in the county is when our student population goes down, if Oak Ridge stays the same, then they get more of the tax money. But we also lose from the state, and that's somewhere around about $7,000. It's according to their special ed student at CTC, it can go from $7,000 to $12,000. And so when you move those students out, then you lose funding. And what we have anticipated probably between, what they have said is between 5 to 10% of the students may take vouchers. So if you look at that, you're talking 300 to 500 students. So when you look at 500 students times $10,000, you're looking at $5 million.
Well, if you just look at 100, that's $700,000.
Yes.
But that's less than 10 per school.
Yep.
So you probably not going to get to lay off any employees.
No. No.
And so the $700,000 has to be cut out of the school budget,
Yes.
or a property tax increase.
Yes. Yes. And that was the thing is those 100 kids are not going to come out of, all of them are going to come out of Clinton High School or Anderson County High School. They're going to come out of all 17 schools.
Exactly.
Well, and here's the big thing that if you do look at where they've had it in other states, what has happened is 75% of the students that take vouchers never went to public schools anyway.
Right.
So in Arizona, they're almost $1 billion that you have to take out of your coffers to pay for that. Well, that money's got to come from somewhere. And where it will come from is it will come from public education.
I just find a lot of parents that say, you don't care. They don't know it could cost them some money, or it could take away from public education, maybe music and art and some of those things, or football coaches or anything like that. But they don't seem to realize that money has to come to the school system somewhere, or major cuts have to be made.
And here's the thing, it's locally. Yes.
Right.
And it's not a political, the people's made it a political, but it's not a Republican or Democrat. It's just what's best for our students in Anderson County. And I can tell you this, there's not been a parent that I've talked to that I've said, what can we give in Anderson County that you can get in a private school? Because I think we have a lot to offer. I think we have one of the best CTE programs. We have the best college prep programs. We have the best music, art. I mean, we have art, music, PE in every school. We have
Nurses
in every school. We have an SRO in every school.
SRO every school now,
Yes,
right?
yes. And I think those things cost money, and people just don't realize that. Now, listen, we've had parents that are mad at us. I think the other thing that bothers me is they're not going to be held to the same standard as we're held to. They're not going to have to take the same test. They're not going to have to adhere to the 3rd grade retention, the 4th grade retention. They're not going to have to say, okay, in elementary school, you've got to do 95 minutes of PE every day, and you've got to have a certified teacher in every classroom. If it goes over 26 students, you hire another. For instance, at Briceville, we had a kindergarten, we went over 2 students. Well, by state law, we had to put in another teacher. That's another $75,000. If they're at a private school, they don't do that. The other thing people don't realize is when you sign up for a voucher, you sign a piece of paper that you're giving up your right to IDEA. And when you do that, you lose all rights if you have a student that has special needs and they go to one of these schools, they can just tell them, well, we're not going to help you, or you're going to leave. And that's the thing. We take everyone that walks through the door, and we're about every student every day.
Dr. Perry,
We don't have any choice.
No.
Dr. Perry, do you think local school boards as a whole, do you think that they listen to us, all the school boards, because it's going to the legislator? Do you think that we have a say as local school boards in this issue?
Here's the thing.
Not with
Here's the
our
thing I'm going to say. No. The governor and outside organizations have pushed this, and I've talked to some legislators, and they say if we don't get in line, we're going to be ousted. And I think that's sad when it's more about this than this. You know, just tell us the truth.
Don, they have formed a committee that's going to make a recommendation for the state of Tennessee to not accept federal funding as it relates to schools. That doesn't release you from the federal law requirements. So if we get rid of all special ed funding and say, because that's it, your milk money or your 2 big ticket items, we still have to educate the special ed students, and you're looking at probably over $550, $600 million, you know, at the base level for the state. And, you know, that trigger alone ends your public school system because you can't do it. You get to the point where there's no tax increase that's going to do it. And so you either homeschool, the privates don't have enough space to take it. There'll be schools that'll open up. They'll just say, we're a school, but it's just parents teaching it without your money. I mean, it doesn't work.
You know, if they want to go to a private school and the upper echelon of people can afford to send their kids to private schools, which cost a lot of money, they cap everything else on like free lunches and stuff. There ought to be something set aside to where, yes, you can do that, but if you make over a certain amount of money.
But it's to give the people that make over a certain amount of money an offset of the tuition that they're already paying. Nobody is being denied a private school education that wants one. You've only got 2, 3 top-tier private schools, the rest are religious-based. So the people that are at Webb, that are at Catholic, that are at CAK, that are paying this, it's a way to say, hey, you get a free education off of the taxpayer's dime. So it's the rich that will get this.
Yes, you can.
I would love to make
You
a
can-
comment on
yes,
this.
yep,
So
come.
K through 8, I went to Gross Christian Academy in Knoxville, and then
I went to First Baptist Academy, 2nd through 6th.
Yep.
And now look where we are. We're
Yep.
in our public school system. So I think that when I moved to Anderson County Schools, I can say wholeheartedly it was the best decision I ever made. And I don't know why I'm getting emotional right now. The opportunities that you guys have given me here is not compared. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you guys have done such a good job doing every student every day. And you know, I was with some disabled kids at Grace, and they just don't get the support because they don't have to comply with ADA standards. And you guys are transforming people's lives. We'll keep fighting the good fight. And I'm so grateful.
Thank you.
I love
We
you,
couldn't
Ann.
get a better person than that.
I
Yeah.
got really emotional.
I think
Yes.
we ought to give her a hand.
Yep. You got something you want to say too?
I completely agree. I would not be where I am right now without you guys.
Well, and I think that's what, listen, there's some people out there that probably don't like me right now that are upset at me, but listen, as you know, I've been in public schools all my life. I've lived in this county all my life. I'm a 4th generation of Anderson County Schools. And listen, I'm gonna fight for it because I know that we're, a lot of students, we're our only help. We're the only hope they've got. And I think that's the thing about it is when you do that, Anderson County Schools will go on, but what you do is you lose those things. You lose art, you lose some of your small schools. And that's the thing that I had somebody say today is, okay, well, let's do that. Let's do vouchers with police, okay? Let's do that. Let's just say, well, I don't like how the Anderson County Police does, so I want you to give me a voucher, and I'm going to buy me a gun, and I'm going to be my own policeman. Now, how ridiculous is that? Or I'm going to be my own doctor. I'm going to do my own. I think I'm as good. I can read. I don't have to be a certified doctor. You don't have to be a certified teacher. So I don't have to be a certified doctor. Just insurance, you call me. I'm going to call in my own prescriptions. Now, how ridiculous is that? But why would we say it's okay with public education?
Even if you look at it globally, let's say it ends the voucher. We've got 10,000 students here with the 3 school systems. There are not enough private schools to take 5% of the students that would come from public education, so they just give them a check to homeschool them. There's nothing out there that can be built. I mean, there's no infrastructure, it's just ridiculous.
And what people are doing now is they're saying, well, if you don't like vouchers, you don't like private schools. I have nothing against private schools. They're there for a reason, and parents have that choice to do that, and I think that's what America's built on. But don't stop us, and don't break the foundation that this country was built on, of trying to put everybody on a level playing field.
Well, what worries me is our legislators that, well, they listen to us because they didn't listen too well with the 3rd grade retention.
No.
So,
Nope.
that concerns me. That's all a political thing with them. They don't think about the common person.
If you've got all these school boards that's against it, they need to be listening to the school boards.
They need to be, but we don't donate to them when they run for
Right.
election.
That could be.
All right, let's move on. I think we all agree.
It's gonna hurt down the road because they're gonna cherry pick and take
The best and the
top
brightest.
students.
Yep.
And send special ed, and those that cost them money, they're gonna send them back to public school.
Yep. I agree 100%.
And we will welcome them with open arms.
We will,
With
because
less money.
when they walk through the door, if we need a teacher, we're
Absolutely.
gonna hire one.
Absolutely.
I do have one more question to ask Dr. Parrott. Dr. Parrott, what are we looking at realistically on Claxton School, on maybe the year that it opens?
Well, if you look, we should have, the contract, if everything works, it should be completed the summer of 2026 is what we're looking at. That's our
Tentative.
tentative thing, if everything
Maybe
works
start
out.
that fall.
Yep.
I have a question about
Yep.
the vouchers.
Yes,
too.
okay.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Real quick. What concerns me is if the children are going all in different directions, do we have to provide the transportation?
No, they have to provide their own transportation. If you look, what's funny is, there was a report come out, and I'm not sure if it was from Ohio or Michigan or one of them, that, you don't have to pay it in tuition. You can use it for enrichment program. So there was a lot of people, they found out they were using their money to take their kids to Disney World. You know.
That's what they get.
But didn't the new proposal allow you, they give you so much money
Yeah,
for
the money goes to me. If I'm a parent, the money goes to me, and I decide what to do with it. Yep.
You mean you don't even really have to go to the private school?
No, you can do
You can
homeschool.
homeschool.
And just keep the
Take
cash.
it. Yeah.
Yep.
You got 4 kids times 4 vouchers.
Yes, $28,000. You don't do anything with them for a couple of years. You get tired of them, you send them back to us, and here we are.
There's something wrong with this.
Yep.
Yep.
That's not
Bad
good.
wrong.
They haven't thought it all the way through.
We need to get back to the real school where we're off of computers at home and kids are in the classroom and we have school.
I agree.
All right, moving on. We did not do a workshop Monday night because we didn't have enough business to merit that, so we're going to take care of a few things here tonight. So our action items are just our financial report, and that's pretty much normal stuff. So,
It
Dr.
is.
Barrett?
We have three appropriations. 1A is a federal appropriation. It's carryover and increase in allocation. B is the same thing, appropriate carryover and increase in allocations, 98,000. The other one was $205,226. And the last one is 1C to appropriate increase in allocation. All of these are allocation and rollovers that they have to do for federal projects every year. So,
Motion to approve the appropriations 1A through 1C.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Not, roll call vote.
Mr. Bell?
Aye.
Mr. Cantrell?
Yes.
Mr. Gillen-Waters?
Aye.
Ms. Langenberg?
Aye.
Mr. McCamey? Ms. Portwood?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Dr. Burrow? Motion carries. Next, we have transfers. We have 2A through 2E. The first one is a general purpose transfer for longevity bonus and to increase liability insurance. This longevity funds is we had an employee that passed away, and so we usually wait and pay out, when they retire then, but we paid this one out to their estate. So, and so that was $79,800. I think the longevity was $11,000. The other money was for liability insurance that has went up. The next one was to transfer funds and benefits to support math program at Norwood Middle School. This is from a grant we got for that, $34,600. C is federal to transfer funds to travel to the SRO conference. Every year, one of the things we do is we send our SROs to the summer conference, so putting that in the right code. The last two are from the central cafeteria to transfer funds to cover the revenue, correct revenue in the right budget, $75,000. And the last one is central cafeteria to transfer funds and salaries and benefits and supplies. It's not adding anything to it, it's just putting them in the right code, which is $207,000.
All right. Motion to approve transfers 2A through 2E.
So moved.
Second.
The motion and second, is there discussion about any of those? Not, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no.
There is one more, is an addendum. The addendum is, we needed to transfer money. Addendum 1 is to transfer money to provide emergency snow removal for our parking lots. And so we didn't have that in the right code. We had it in plant equipment, and we moved it to other supplies for $30,000.
That says emergency school removal. It
Oh.
should say snow removal.
Oh.
Yeah.
We don't want to.
Snow.
We don't want to remove the schools, but.
Expensive snow to be
Snow. Yeah.
Move to approve the addendum.
Is there a second? Motion and second to approve addendum 1. Any discussion? Not, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no.
All the transfers and appropriations were approved at the budget meeting tonight across the street. So as you all have approved them, they will go to the full county commission later on this month.
All right. Anything else to come before the board tonight? No, we'll be adjourned. Thank you.
Don't forget to bring your evaluations to the retreat. Yep.
$30,000. C is federal to transfer funds to travel to the SRO conference. Every year, one of the things we do is we send our SROs to the summer conference, so putting that in the right code.